All right. Who's ready for more plasma bursts that are marking the end of the world and waking up your DNA? Are you ready? Oh, we got some major activity in the Schumann resonance, and a lot of people are questioning, is the world really ending? Oh, yeah, it's over. But it's the end of the old, the beginning of the new. And in order to make it to the new earth, you're going to have to upgrade. And we're going through a lot of changes right now. We're going through a lot of activity in the Schumann resonance. A lot of people might say, how do you know? How do you know it's over, Mike? How do you know it's over? And the answer is we can actually see it in the Schumann resonance. You know, we live in this world, and the frequency of this world, it's rising. And it's shaking us. God is shaking us right now. Are you getting shook up right now? So if you're watching right now, please give the video a like. It helps others find this message. And we're gonna fine tune ourselves as we get ready for our brothers and sisters to get on. It's good to see you all. And Grand Rising. You know, we're feeling these intense energies right now, and you know, you might be having a hard time. We're all having a hard time. But this burst of energy, it's kind of clearing us out. You know, more and more things are coming to shake it loose because of all the densities of the old. And we're going to be talking about my ascension symptoms from this burst. And we're going to be talking about light. We're going to be talking about evidence of change, the end of the old, beginning of the new. A lot of us feel like we have our backs against the wall right now. The day of the Lord's vengeance. It's actually here right now. So wake up. You know, what happens if a person is programmed? A lot of different questions. We're headed towards the new earth right now. And yeah, there was a ton of there's a ton of pollen everywhere. Oh, yeah, I was riding my bike the other day, and I was looking at the floor, and it was like yellow everywhere. So now I got the allergies. Everything it's just all coming in right now. It's all coming in. But yeah, the allergies are kicking in. Yeah, it's a doozy when you're breathing all that pollen, but it's part of being out there. And you know, hopefully we did have a little bit of rain, and it washes the pollen out of the air. Yeah, it's we have the lucky beard going for the event. The lucky beard is the way. I don't know if you know that. It's a true story. We're gonna usher in. We're gonna usher in this new earth, this new reality, and you know, so we just got blasted by the Schumann resonance, right? We see this energy, and you could see that beautiful printout in the world famous thumbnail. And yesterday, I basically couldn't even eat. You know, I did eat, and it just felt like the food was sitting there. And maybe you're feeling like that as well. So, you know, I know how my body normally is, and the amount of hunger that I normally have. And I understand and overstand how my digestion feels. And you might be experiencing this as well. So you're eating, and the food just sits there, and you actually don't have the same appetite. that you normally do. The plasma energy fills us up with light. Some of you hear this, oh, it's filling us up with light, this energy, right? So we're going to have to run on energy, and our DNA receptors are really taking in this plasma energy right now. So all this energy is coming in. We actually don't have the energy for digestion. We probably don't have to eat as much since we're being supplied with all of this energy right now. So this is evidence to change. So you experience these ascension symptoms. Remember, we could see it in the Schumann resonance chart, but we can't see this energy. It's part of the electromagnetic spectrum, but it's not part of visible light. And as everyday life people, we have to see it with our eyes. I know that some of you could see it though, right? Some of you could see auras, right? Spirit orbs. It's on a different frequency. But it's good. It's good to see you all. And this is the evidence of the change. And we're being filled up with light. That plasma burst, we're seeing it. It's the marking of the old. The old earth is finished. What we're just witnessing is an illusion of just trying to hold on. There are so many things in there. They're doing whatever they can to try to hold it on. But it's all an illusion. And then it all comes tumbling down. In one night, it all comes down. Maybe it'll all come down on Friday Night Live. Maybe. So this marks the ending of the old and the beginning of the new. So people could feel a lot of fear. The more that we have relied on the old, the matrix, it does become more scary. If we're doing things to start to break free of the old, and we're now becoming in alignment with the new, it's not as bad. So we feel like our backs are against the wall. The backs are. Do you feel like this right now? You feel like your backs are against the wall. So a massive burst of energy from God actually is shaking it all loose. We're getting shook. We're getting shook up right now, and it's shaking it all loose. The day of the Lord's vengeance. Oh yeah, it's coming. Did you know about the day of the Lord's vengeance? It's a true story. People turn their back. There's so many people that are suffering. There are millions upon millions of children that are suffering right now, and people, they just they just turn away from them. They don't want to hear it because of their ego. They don't want to hear certain things because it goes against what their belief system. It becomes ego over ignorance after a while. We're constantly putting out the new information. So we have to think and question, oh, I need to look into that. I need to look into what's really going on. Corwin, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you, brother. It is the victory of the light. It's my honor to do this. I'm very grateful. Thank you. So the shaking looks bad, but it's actually good. And the more that we're in the matrix, it gets really scary. The more that we've disconnected from relying on the matrix, we've disconnected from subconscious programs. It's actually a good thing. The day of the Lord's vengeance is here. So I just want you all to focus on that. We're gonna keep going, but let's get a little tune up because vengeance is here. It's a special time. It's a special time in the history of humanity. It's a special day today. It's a special day. The day of the Lord's vengeance. The shaking looks bad according to your programmed perception. I shared about 3 years ago, your perception becomes your reality. Whatever your perception is, now you're living in that reality. So the more that we have disconnected, the more that we have unlearned and relearned, and the more that we're taking the next steps. I shared with you, that's why it's the name of the channel. It's Our Everyday Lives. You have to take the concept and you actually have to apply it to your everyday life experience. If you hear about it and you say, well, that's nice, and we don't do stuff about it, Babylon will consume itself. Babylon will consume itself. A lot of people they're just standing around. They're not even moving. They're not doing anything. And that's why it continues to drag on. People say, oh, God, why doesn't it end? Because it's free will. And as I shared with you, God believes in you. It's a true story. The day of the Lord's vengeance is not for us. It's for those that have controlled this matrix. The matrix it'll come down overnight. You know, I've shared, you know, in a week it could all shut down if everyone just stops. Stop. Wait a minute. Right? That's all we got to do is stop. Everyone stop. I'll be like out in the streets. Everyone stop moving. Stop moving. It all comes down in a week if you stop moving. They can't do it though. They can't do it. So now God is going to shake this earth. But it's a good thing though. It's not a bad thing. Those that are awake, they're on the journey. They're not afraid of the day of the Lord's vengeance. It's here. It's the day of the Lord's vengeance. So the quicker picker-upper, remember that commercial? If we're picking up our vibrational frequency, the quicker that we stop trying to fit in is the quicker that we raise up. Once again, light warriors, the sooner that we stop trying to fit in. I know there are thousands of people that are hearing this message. Oh, wow, that's true. The quicker that you stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to fit in. You didn't come here to fit in. You came here to stand out. It's true. And this plasma energy, you see it shaking in the Schumann. Schumann's going off. It's here to upgrade you. It's here to help you become who you are. It's not an easy time period. I, like many of you, you know, we all have our trials and tribulations. You know, many mornings, risings, I get up and, you know, I wake up with like a panic in the past couple of weeks, right? We could feel the collective's panic. As an empath, we can almost feel it in the air, right? Tesla called it the ether. This is the electric universe, and everyone's giving off these electromagnetic waves, and the people are I'm in a very not so great place right now. Yeah, but I'm still here. I'm still standing. And I'm picking up on all the suffering, the people, right? We're going over $5 a gallon of gas. Does anyone know why? I need to know, why is gas magically over $5? And how do people afford to go to work now? Especially if they're not making much. The belly of the beast. So a new world is being born as the old earth is fading away. What you're feeling right now, it's valid because I'm feeling it, right? We're all feeling it. We don't just sit here, oh, nothing to see here. There's nothing. We're all going back to normal now. It's over. So you don't have to feel upset, if you're gaslighted or anything else. You got to shut it all down, and you have to focus on where we're going. Because if we don't, these other frequencies, right, I shared about dimensional bleeding. They're going to make it actually continue. So you are actually focused like a laser beam on going to this new timeline. Some people are experiencing it already because linear time is fake. Some people they're already having a good time. They might be just, I don't know. They're just like chilling out on a light ship. They're just checking in to see how we're doing, right? Everyone's having a good time. Here I am. Everything's crazy here. Yep. So we are all going to experience this new earth, right? If you're ready to experience the new earth, please give the video a like. It's going to help others find this very important message. I'm grateful for all of your support. When you smash that like button, it helps get it out there. And more people have to just become aware of the Schumann resonance because, listen, people saying the world is ending. Everything is going to change. Yeah. They say, well, how do you know? Well, look at the Schumann resonance. This is the frequency of this world. Look at the chart. Go back. Look what's been happening in the chart. Look at the past 5 years. Look at especially since 2020. Look at that Schumann. Look at it. You ever see the meme? The person's like holding the one sleeper and the one's, look at it, and they open the eyes, right? Look at it. Look at the Schumann chart. Wake up. Heather, like the weather. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Heather, like the weather. I like that. That's good. Some of you seen that meme. They're holding. You don't even have to look. You want to look. Just look at the Schumann resonance. Yeah. Well, I need to see some evidence. That's okay. We got the evidence right here. That's why it's a very important role that I'm playing right now, because a lot of people are about to wake up, and all these people are entitled to a little bit of evidence because it's so confusing. Due to subconscious programs, if you're new to this, we download subconscious programs from birth to the age of 7 or 8, and they become our everyday life experience. This is done by nature. So if we were out in the wild, it gives us survival tips. We know certain things, and then we download them, and then we could just do it nice and easy. For example, if you're driving the car and you go to a certain place where you always know how to go, you kind of just put it on the back burner. Your mind might be drifting. All of a sudden, you're there because you know how to go there. If you're driving to a place you've never been before, you're kind of more alert. You're like, where am I? Am I getting lost? You're more, right? So then it just, through repetition, it's so easy. It's actually done by nature. But people have been given subconscious programs by a dark, what do they call them? Principalities, right? Satanic filth, right? Medea, remember Medea, right? So we weren't the creators of the subconscious programs. We have to ask the question, who were the writers of the subconscious programs? How is this connected to the light of Christ blasts of photonic light from the Schumann resonance? How is this all connected? Smash the like button because we're learning new things today. Light is information. And 93% of the function of DNA is light and sound reception and transmission. The biology of belief, epigenetics. Epigenetics means above genetics. You were given subconscious programs. This is how you are as how you won't. Oh, you stupid serpents. So they gave us the subconscious programs, and it made people sick. And how is this possible, you ask? Hermetic principles. Everything is mental. Become familiar with the nocebo effect. Are you familiar with the placebo effect? Well, the nocebo effect is also a real thing. And if you're given gloom and doom, it's going to be a dark winter. You dumps. So when they give you these subconscious programs, they're actually hurting the people. Give me a 5x5. I'm sorry if you're watching on the replay. Our brothers and sisters are experiencing a glitch. I'm going to just back off the energy a little bit. That's why I like to, if you're new to the channel, I like to film in nature, right? Because the energy here might kind of overload the circuits. Give me a 5x5. Okay, here we go. So now you say, we can't create from a place of fear. We can only create from a place of love. So when you're in fear, they've taken your power away. What do you see on the TV? TV! You ever see those people? Oh, it's on TV! 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 TV. Isn't it negative? Isn't it dark? Isn't it scary? Even years ago, when I started my journey and I knew what was going on, right? And I'm going back like 5 years ago, probably even longer, right? And when I'm learning all this, and the guy was saying, this guy was sharing, right? We keep passing it forward. We're the waves of volunteers. And he was saying, yeah, you turn on the TV and it's all the world is ending and this and that. And then you turn the TV off and you go out and the birds, the birds are chirping, right? Your neighbor says hello to you, right? It's all an illusion. So now we have all of this trauma within our cells, epigenetics. Our DNA can be changed. Epigenetics, above genetics. So the more your surroundings, if you're in better surroundings, right? That's why we do grounding. We go out in nature, right? Positive thoughts and positive actions, they play a role in our everyday life experience. So, you know, when this energy comes in, it's not a pleasant time. It's not a pleasant time. We're sharing from a place of authenticity. I hope we didn't glitch everyone out. Come on back in. Come on back in. I got to stand back a little bit. It's not an easy time when you have these plasma bursts. It's gonna knock you. It knocks you for a ride. So, you know, we're all saying, and this was a question to me as well. You know, why are we feeling all this, right? We're shaking, right? And it feels like it's no good. Again, it looks bad, but it's good. It looks bad, but it's good. If you're starting to understand and overstand this better, please give the video a like. It helps others find this message. We lived an entire life. We had a foundation. We had a foundation of subconscious programs. They're all gone now. We say, holy shift. We were living a fake life in a fake matrix. And now we have to start over again. And the more that we purge all these dense energies that are within our cells, it doesn't feel so good. And people have been saying, well, you know, why aren't the sleepers feeling it? They just keep going on. They're fine. They're not like on the couch gasping for breath, sleeping, waking up, hearts pounding, right? Anxiety. You want to like just run up a mountain or something, be by yourself, right? Why are we how come they're not feeling all this craziness? Why are we suffering? Why? Because the DNA is closed there. The DNA receptors are closed there. They're numb to it. They're numb to it. It's the answer. We are numb no longer. Now We're all open up. We're ready to receive the light of Christ within the DNA receptors. Get out in the sun today. Go to the beach. Go to the park. Relax. Relax. Don't you just want to relax? That's what we came here to do, actually. We actually came here to relax, not to work. You need to work. Yes, you need to work. You need to work hard. Yes. All day long. Rigor. That was like a big word. It was rigor was like a big word. Anyway, so everything's inverted. We actually came here to relax and have a good time. And again, it's no one's fault except for the controllers of the narrative that gave us the subconscious programs. What did the Bible say, right? We don't fight against flesh and blood. It's about principalities. It comes from a different dimension. There's no one here. This all ends. It all ends. It all ends when everyone just stops. It stops. It goes away. We got to take out the accountability mirror. What are we doing to make this matrix crash? Is it crashing right now? Let me know in the chat, please. Is it crashing? Is it crashing? It's still crashing. Or is it propped back up? The shaking looks bad. Excellent. The shaking looks bad. Thank you. Thank you for the updates. I got to stay focused. If I lose my focus, right, I can focus on the chat. You guys throw me off too, but that's another. I got to stay focused like a laser beam. 40 minutes, I'm focused like bell to bell. They used to say bell to bell. I could keep going. I go past the bell. That's like how what we're going to do here. We're going to go to and through the event. You think I'm going to stop once the event happens? No, we're going to go through the event. Boom, the world's ending. Boom, it's over. And then we keep teaching and we keep going and we just keep going. Never give up, never give in, just keep going. It's true. We're gonna keep going. We're going to keep teaching. We're going to keep raising awareness. We're going to keep expanding human consciousness. Yeah. Shake it up. So, yeah, the more that the people don't realize their power and like the hamster wheel that the people were put on, it's like the generator for the electricity, the currency, right? The currency. So we're on that hamster wheel. Work. Keep going to work. Keep going to work. Everything to make you fall, right? Can't buy a house. Got property tax. Can't ever stop working now. Make a mistake in a marriage. Got to be fearful. Got to lose everything. Keep going on the wheel. Fear. Oh, child fails a test. Get on the wheel. Get on the wheel of fear again. Here we go. We got to really start analyzing what's really going on. What's really going on? Are we living a life due to fear? Or are we living a life according to love? It's not about fear anymore. The event is the expansion of human consciousness. If we could reflect back, I'm been learning this stuff, but let's just say, let's get in Mr. D's time machine. All right, we're going to go in the time machine now, and we're going to go back in time, right? Let's just say it's 2015, and I'm here, and I'm talking about the Schumann resonance. I'm talking about a consciousness. People aren't gonna, they don't care in 2015, but now they're ready. It's the preparation to accept. I heard a guy say that a long time ago. The preparation to accept. The event is the expansion of human consciousness. until everyone is awake. So at the end of all this, whoever is left will be awake. And then we have an authentic society. The day of the Lord's vengeance is here. People are giving their life force energy away to false idols. You ever see the false idols? You know about the false idols? And people haven't returned to God, and people aren't focused. They can hear about it. Oh, that can't be. Well, that's not, that can't be. Oh, that's crazy. You're one of those conspiracy people things. You ever get that? Right? You ever get that? There's something demonic in there. You know, you have to have the mindset. Again, it's ego over ignorance at a certain stage. At a certain stage, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 11 times, 17 times. It just keeps going on, going on. 77 times you keep hearing it. Then it's just ego. It's just ego. Yeah, the Christ energy's back. It's here. Let's all take a moment again to send out some beautiful energy for our children. You know, our children across the board are having a hard time, and, you know, no one's really paying attention to them. You know, what are they paying attention to? They're paying attention to worthless celebrities that don't care about you or your children. They just, the agenda was to break the family, drop the kids off to the mind control places, right? And then, you know, if a child, the indigo children in the house, in the house, they've been coming in since like the 60s. So you could be like, you know, 70, 80, you could be 80 years old. You'd be an indigo child. And, you know, sometimes a child, I can't even sit, you know, I'm shaking in the chair right now. I got to get going. You know, can you imagine a world, just imagine a world where a child, they say, this kid has to take this pill so he could sit still. Does the child have the free will to say no to that pill? The kid can't sit still. It's just a question. Why is it okay? If a kid has to take something to make them sit still in a chair, in a box, in a programming facility, something's wrong. People gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. The indigos, right? Yeah, they want to make them sit still. It's being empathic. And listen, earlier in my journey, you think, oh, I got to get to work. I got to do all these things. But then, you know, slowly, as we're all there. We were all there. It's true. I didn't know. You know, I didn't know. Right? And I hear these stories, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they got to do. Okay, that's the class, and they have to sit still in that class. So those people take that. Oh, okay. And then, you know, as I'm observing, and God, that's why God put me in the positions that I was in, so I could wake up and have firsthand experience to the terror. How did you do this? The terror and the filth. It keeps going up. It keeps going up. No one cares. They just want to go back, go in the cubicle, work, make the money. They can't. They got to get off the hamster wheel. Let's all. If we all just get up, just get up out of the. Hamster wheel, it stops. It's literally that easy. It's literally that easy. You know, there's a, you know, we're sitting here as the commander of real life people. We just got to get everything to stop. And everything just goes, nice, nice. A lot of you remember 2020 was a beautiful time period. 2020 was beautiful. Oh yeah, beautiful time. Everything was quiet. Everyone wasn't rushing, right? Everyone had nice time, relax. Yeah. Peaceful time. People were sharing on the internet. Oh, look at the oceans. The oceans are getting clean. There's less pollution because everyone wasn't forced. Go to work, and see what's actually happening. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. And that's why a lot of you, as myself, we can't deal with it. And we've all gotten to the point right now that the day of the Lord's vengeance needs to come down to earth. It's time to wake up. It's time to go back to our families. And it can happen overnight. And they hear me too. They hear me. They're watching. How you doing? They're watching. They keep watching. But it keeps continuously dragging on, dragging on, dragging on. The day of the Lord's vengeance. And the Lord will drop the hammer. It will all come crashing down. Is it still crashing down? Just let me know in the chat. It's all going to come crashing, and then people are going to say, I'm seeing it already. I'm seeing like people like, oh, wow, this is really going to implode right now. Like I'm watching it. I'm literally watching it. And it shows us about the world. Hey, look, what can we ask questions about what's going on with children? Oh, everyone's 401k, all this other stuff, the stock market's crashing. That'll wake them up. Now they wake. Now everyone's, oh, that's what was going on. Now they start listening. They can't just have the light of Christ in them to say, oh, we got to take a look at the people that can't defend themselves. There's a very important quote. You ready for the quote? It says, a society is judged by how they treat their most vulnerable. The Schumann resonance is showing us the vengeance of God. Wake up. And what we're all becoming aware of, there's literally nothing to do. It's so simple. It's like that Geico commercial. It's so easy a caveman can do it. You remember that the Geico commercial? Anyway, all you got to do is everyone just stop and just sit at home. But people can't get off the ride. So the great shaking that the Lord, that God, that source, whatever you'd like to call it, this earth is going to shake. And we actually literally can see the shaking in the Schumann resonance. Can you see it? It's there. Wake up. It's over. It's over. Yeah, so, and again, if you're just tuning in right now, when you're feeling these energies, right, and you know how your body is, I have experienced this before. Like I know how I am, right? I gotta eat, right? I gotta work out. I'm trying to gain weight, right? You want to eat like 4 or 5 times a day, right? Back in the bodybuilding days, eating like 7 times. I know how I eat. Like yesterday, I ate It was probably around like 5. I said I could get 2 meals in. I ate at 5. The food was just like sitting in my stomach. It's like I couldn't even digest it. I had no appetite, and I just drank water the rest of the day. In the past, I'm eating, I'm digesting, work. Something's up. Something's up. This energy, right? It's here, even though we can't see it. But that's why it's important that we share about our ascension symptoms. Because we're all ascending into heaven. Heaven is the 5th dimension. There's a new earth. It's coming. It's coming to a theater near you. It's the new earth. The new earth is coming. So there's a great shaking. It's actually happening right now. It's about to pick up, right? It's shaking right now. You might be feeling, listen, I'm feeling the shaking as well. It might be playing in AMC theaters, yes. You got to wake up. Got to listen to your brothers and sisters at this time. Yeah, there's a lot of energy going on, and we can't waste that energy on digestion. Edward Cassidy, thank you so much. I love you. Thumbs up to you too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, think about it in the sun. I know it's hot, and we'll always say, oh, it's hot. That's why I don't want to eat as much. But we're actually getting energy. The more we're in the sun, the less we have to eat. Edward, my brother, thank you so much. I'm very grateful. We're getting thumbs up. We're getting thumbs up to the shaking. And that's why it's important that we all maybe take a moment through free will to take a look at the Schumann resonance. Because over and over, there's a lot of people can't see, like, remember we saw, right, the building was on, oh, there's a little smoke, right? Even myself, oh, maybe it's going to be put out. It's going to be put out. We're in the building, smoke, right? It's going to be. Then the flames are bursting out of the window, right? Oh, it's going to be okay, right? Now the fire's increasing, right? Now the walls, the ceilings are starting to come down. Should we pull out? Should we get out? Is this the end? Wake up. In the end, people will still say, oh, you should have told us. As I shared with you, this is the rapture. They can't hear you anymore. It's a different frequency. 2 timelines, 2 frequencies, 2 spirals. You have to resonate on the timeline for the new earth. Even myself, sometimes I fall back down, right? I get back on that 3D, right? Get the 3D. God likes to knock me down a lot so I can teach from a place of authenticity. It's not so easy. I appreciate those that understand and understand what I go through, right? I'm not like sitting nice and comfortable. I'm actually putting myself in amongst all this stuff, the craziness, because I have to see it. We all have to see it for ourselves. We're like on a mission. Sometimes you might feel that. There was one time, Ireland and myself, we were in this place, Roosevelt Field. It's considered the biggest mall in New York. I says, you want to just check it out? We're not into really going shopping in the mall. You want to check it out? And it was like we were 2 people that came down on a spaceship. We put the spaceship in the, we put the spaceship in the parking lot, and then we go in. And we're looking around, and it was like we had to witness this, because like if I'm just nice and comfortable, just sitting on a mountain, metaphoric, but I'm requesting my real spaceship. But that's what I'm saying. That's how it felt like. We're in a new world. This is what the people. It was, and then we're in there. Then our eyes were all red. True story. Our eyes were, I said, your eyes are bloodshot. She's like, your eyes are bloodshot too. I said, what's going on in here? Then we're all shaking. Then it was like, it was just chaotic. We didn't know what to do. We didn't want to get the food in there. Like, When you're like awakened, like I shared this as a joke back in the day. I had a friend, right? And I'm trying, it's the summertime. I'm trying to get my abs. I'm getting my abs. And he's like, oh, you're going to have a pizza? Like we go out, you know, at night. You're going to have, I says, I'd rather eat the air. I'm not going to put that in my body. So now you take it to a next step. When you're expanding your consciousness and now you're out there and you're like, oh, we got to get something. We're hungry. And then you're like trying to find, I can't eat that. So just like get out of there. Yeah, it's true. So, you know, we actually have to, we're going to be here. We're all going to be here after the collapse. And some people don't want to hear, but it's not a bad collapse. In order for us to have a new earth, God's kingdom, thy kingdom come. You have this beautiful kingdom, right? The castle, right? God's kingdom. It's coming down from heaven. It's already done. It's already done. You ready? Please give the video a like so others can find the message of God. People are asking, why is it playing out this way? What's happening? God already made the kingdom. A lot of you know this already. It's already done. The kingdom is built. And now we have to put the kingdom down on earth. In order to do so, the fake satanic matrix has to be ripped apart. And then God just puts, boop. So once you rip it out by the roots. You got to rip it out, rip out the foundation, rip it out from under the ground, rip it all out. And then you just, boop, overnight, here's your kingdom. Boom, there it is. God's like, boom, there's your kingdom. Just drop a kingdom, right? Have a good time. You know, this is the end of the earth. Have a good time. We're here to laugh. We're here to raise your vibration. Ready? Right now, God has built, it's literally been done. It's just the serpents are trying to hold, you can't, you want to put you got to have the foundation. You got to rip the foundation out. It's been ripped out over the past couple of years. And then here, God's like, boom, there you go. There's your kingdom. Right down on earth. Overnight it comes down. And the pulses, the plasma energy of the Schumann resonance is blasting and blasting until they say no more. We're watching the charts, right? And we see it's fakely being propped up. It's going to keep getting pounded and pounded and pounded. That's what's happening until it gives out and it can't go on anymore. Nothing can stop this. This is the light of Christ. This is the return of Christ. And this is the rise of the 144,000. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. We're in the 5D. Yeah, we're in the 5D. Yeah. It's a hard time. When you know it, you see, you could put your, you know, Tesla said, right, the future, the present, and the past is all at once. We know what has happened and what's happening, and we know what it's going to be. So we can put our mind in the future. So that's how we know, oh, I need to get out of this thing. I need to get out of this situation because it's not going to exist. It's not even going to exist. And it's not easy, right? Even myself, we have subconscious programs for many years. And we can't wrap our mind. This is not going to be here. This was here my whole life. That's why a lot of us are having a nervous breakdown right now. I've had about, I don't know, at least three nervous breakdowns. I never had a nervous breakdown before. It's like, it just keeps going. Yeah, it's like, when is it going to stop, God? Thanks for the tough love, God. Appreciate it. Yep. But we're here to share authentically. Corwin, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Was that like a snap? That's like a snap. It's like a snap. Boom. Everything's gone. Like a snap of the fingers, God's kingdom is going to come down. It's going to come down. The meek shall inherit the earth. You'll be in the kingdom of heaven, heaven on earth. It's all connected. And we could see the connection in the Schumann resonance, the light of Christ, the plasma energy. It's coming in. Our central sun is not going to stop. It won't stop. It'll never stop. We can never go back. So never give up. Never give in. Just keep going. I'm very grateful for all the support. If you would like to join a group chat, because everyone needs a friend in this time period, we have group chats on Telegram and Discord. I'm very grateful for everyone that joins our Patreon. We have live Zoom meetings and uncensored videos. You should check them out. Yeah. And please, if you haven't done so, most importantly of all, why don't you subscribe to the channel, click the bell next to subscribe and select all. Because sometimes we go on twice a day. Does anyone know what today is? Does anyone know what today is? Anyone in the class, does anyone know what today? Does anyone know it? Oh, it's Friday Night Live. Yeah, we're going to be back on later tonight. It's Friday Night Live. Yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time. We have to have a laugh at the end of the world. And hopefully, because everything's rapidly happening. Sometimes it's like, oh, I hope that something, another big thing happens so I could talk about it tomorrow. There's so many big things that happen. I might always have to come on twice a day because there's going to be so much. Everyone's going to say, what's going on? What's going on? So hopefully we have a lot to talk about later. I already have a lot to talk about later. It's going to be terrific. We're going to have the Friday Night Live. We're going to have the Love Bowl. We had the Love Bowl all week this week. We just went through a massive, life-changing eclipse. If you're new to our channel and you never saw that one, you should really go back and check out those eclipse videos. I'm actually getting comments right now, right? In the last day, eclipse already passed, and people are writing, I just came across this video. This is exactly how I'm feeling right now. That eclipse was major. We see the signs. We see the signs in the heavens, and we also see the signs in the Schumann resonance. The earth, the world has ended, and now it's time to bring forth the kingdom of heaven. It's coming down, and God's going to say, here is your kingdom. Thy kingdom come. It's time to return to heaven. There's a lot of craziness in the world right now, but don't worry about what's going on out there. You know why. We cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious of the Schumann resonance and the kingdom of heaven that's coming in right now. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Oh, yeah. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. I love you all. Please continue to share our channel. Give the video a like. When you're smashing the like, it really helps. When I get off here, if you're watching on the live stream, please go back to the video because you can't leave a comment right now. Let the video end. Go back to the video and leave comments all on this video. What are your experiences? What are your ascension symptoms? This is a community, and we have to do this together. And not only does it help others find the message, when people are scrolling, I see it all the time. I see replies. I'm feeling this as well. And that's how we build a community. I can't stress the importance of this. So we're going to shut this down. We're going to shut it down now. We're going to come back later. Don't worry about it. But go back to the video later and then leave a comment of what you're experiencing. It really does help others. I love you all.